So how you doing? My name is MJ, and we're all dealing with something. We all have something that is bringing us down just a tiny, tiny bit. That's something that just happens. And it happens to everyone. That person that you see unnaturally happy, like in your job or or at school or whatever, that person is dying inside. She's suffering or he is suffering. The point is, no one looks as happy as they look. No one is as happy as they appear to be. We all have demons inside us, or a monster. And that's, I think, what this game's about, kinda. I still don't know. I read the description, half of the description, and I think that's it's about it. Or maybe it's literally a story about a monster eating someone, like Alien style. I don't know, but it looks cool. It looks awesome. I feel like I'm in the 1950s with this kind of music, so fuck it, right? The Monster Inside, an audiovisual novella by someone. You know, the point that there's audio is that I don't have to read. Game? No? Okay. My head pounded, ears still ringing slightly. Some of the worst nightmares I had in years left me feeling like I'd been punched in the jaw. But just like any other day, I dragged myself into the office. Wow. There was a notice on the floor from Major Binetti's office. Permits out of date, they didn't like me much and were trying to drown me in paperwork. It was a slow month, weeks since I had any real case to work on, so I passed the time pacing the office, smoking and staring at the mirror in the corner, safely covered with an old bed sheet. Okay, this game's a little bit loud. Way too loud. I don't dare to look at my own reflection. I'm too afraid of what I might see. Afraid someday I might have to face that I'm what I really am. The girl came in so quiet. I nearly choked on my cigarette. There's always a girl in these police noir kind of stories, old stories. There's always a girl. It's always a girl that comes and there's some trouble. If you know what I mean. Girl, mister, please. You gotta help me, mister. You ever heard of knocking first, darling? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to intrude. It's alright, sit down and tell me your tale. She eyed me with just a dash of suspicion as I tossed back a hand full of pills and chased them with a swig of whiskey. I could tell this might take a while. Her name was Lily. She told me she was his mistress, the man all over the newspapers, the famous banker Mr. Reginald Farnsworth. Mr. Farnsworth was a drunk, philanderic bastard, I don't know that word, but this girl seemed genuinely concerned that he had recently gone missing. Less concerned about the fact that Mr. Farnsworth's wife had just turned up dead in Central Park 2 nights ago. Lily, you don't understand. He just couldn't have done it. He hated his wife, but he couldn't have killed her. Everyone thinks it was him, and no one believes me. He's gotta be in trouble. Case looks pretty simple to me, duh. Well, Mr. Jack. You can call me Jack. Jack, whoever did that to his wife must have been the one who took him. He would have never left without me, he promised me. Oh, and you believe him? Come on. He's a banker, he's a bastard. I'm sure Mr. Farnsworth promised this poor girl a lot of things. Please, the cops won't listen to me, and they want to bring him into the charges, on charges. You gotta prove it wasn't him before they find him. Honestly, I doubt they're in too much of a hurry. Farnsworth had practically the entire police force in his deep pockets. Probably why they haven't found much yet. But see, I told you, a bastard. If they found him and brought him in, it wouldn't be due to public pressure. Sometimes a mob with pitchforks is more dangerous than one man with money. I can help you. Well, we'll get to the bottom of it. Don't you worry about, okay? It's probably at their end because obviously he did it, but I will help you just because of that ass. Lee, oh, thank you, Mr. Jack. Thank you, but please be careful. I don't think this was just any murderer or kidnapper. I think it was a beast. Beast. The word strikes me funny, like when you jar your elbow on a hard corner. Not a word many use these days, except in hush whispers and bedtime stories for children. Oh, they were really not alright. They just got better at hiding and controlling their unseemly urges. But I hadn't seen any monsters in nearly 15 years. Back when I was still a cop myself. Well, that's definitely an interesting theory. Or crazy, Lily, you need to see a therapist. I just have a feeling about it. Something tells me you can get to the bottom of it. You're good at these sort of things. Sure, can't you have these cases? I replied a little too harshly. Sarcasm wasn't my strong suit. Oh ho, don't worry, man. Jack, my boy, my man. Sarcasm is my strong suit, so I think we'll complement each other very well in this game. I like to see the people, you know? Like I see the cigarette on the two chairs, but can we have someone appear here? No? Okay. I reassured her some more and more and sent her on her way. I didn't want to scare her, but I warned her before she left to keep her doors locked and called me she saw something suspicious. I didn't know she was in danger herself, but better safe than sorry. You're goddamn right, Jack. That night, I made my way down to Central Park. It was a long shot, but maybe there was something there the cops had missed. Next chapter. The scene was already picked clean by the cops days ago, but I got a knack for finding the thing others overlook. Jack, you're so awesome. Huh. I like this style. It's like simplistic, but not really. I like it. It's cool. A knack, more of a symptom of a condition, other less useful symptoms I kept in check. But for the time being, my keen sense of smell would come in handy. It was faint, but I could smell it before I even approached the police line. Blood? The scent was less of a thing and more of an emotion. Okay, now you're just exaggerating. Seduction. A strangely familiar smell. I expect the scene of trepidation or maybe even outright fear, but Mrs. Farnsworth seemed to have been at the height of pleasure when she left this world. What? Okay, unexpected? The fuck? Brought me immediately to a crime of passion. Pushing the thought from my mind, it was time to get down to business. In Mrs. Farnsworth. Investigate the scene. Oh, okay, so we actually have gameplay. Ooh. Okay, what is this? While the footprints everywhere, difficult to pick out anything from the prints the cops left behind in their haste. But constantly were 2,000 pairs of car kinos. 2,000? $2,000? Yeah. Sorry. I think I just died a little bit. I wouldn't even pay 2,000 pesos for. Oh no. No. It looked like Mrs. Farnsworth was there that night and walked away on his own 2 feet. Investigate the scene. Okay, I'm gonna guess it's gonna be these kind of mysterious marks on the tree. A burn mark on a nearby tree caught my eye. I ran my finger along its length and felt a chill down my spine. This wasn't just any burn mark, this was the mark of an ancient magic. It's doubtful the cops will have picked up on it. Could Lily have been right? Something unnatural was at play here? So what? But I was no stranger to Lestrange. After looking around for a while longer, I realized the parrot had given up all it was hiding from me. So I trudged back to my apartment and in my head hit my pillow like it owed me money. You're a badass, Jack. He liked you. The next morning, I was reeling from another bout of ghoulish nightmares, okay? But I tried to hide my discomfort when I saw Lily was already sitting outside my office. Goddamn fucking pipe, KJ. She waited wordlessly as I unlocked the door and ripped down another notice from the major's office. I motioned for her to step inside. Seemingly afraid of what I might say, she finally worked up the courage to ask, Lily, so what did you find? I found the spell smart. Okay, I'm not sure about this, but something unnatural was at play. Yet, let's not jump into conclusions. It could be a bunch of things. Not necessarily magic, but Wolverine. I think it's more plausible, you know? Unnatural? How do you mean? I can't give you the details, but I'm looking into it. What does that mean? What about Reggie? Do you know where he might be? Found his footprints. Seems like he got out safely. My tone was indifferent towards her as I turned around and grabbed a bottle from my desk drawer. A dryness in my throat made it difficult to swallow my meds. Talking about dryness. I'm kinda sick, okay? But you don't know where he went. Do you think the news this morning is related? What news? Haven't you heard? Nope. Rough night followed by a rough morning. They found the police chief wife dead down by the docks. They say it happened last night. Let me guess, Chief Amato is missing too. My face may have betrayed a hint of satisfaction as she confirmed my suspicions, but it faded quickly. Amato was a shit cop and a shit chief. He was half the reason I left the force. Now his wife was dead and I had more questions than I did the day before. The gears in my head started to spin, which wasn't helped by the splitting pain in my temples. I told Lily I needed time to work, and she left slightly dejected, wanting more answers that I could provide. Okay. That night, after the cops had cleared out the docks, I would sleep down and see I could uncover concerning Mrs. Amato's untimely demise. Freaking chapters are going like crazy. I think there's only 6. The cold air smells strongly of salt and oil and... Could it be? The smell again, like someone had bottled pure arousal and used it as perfume. Do people like randomly fucking public places? Am I unaware of this? Is this something that everyone is doing or used to do? It hit me like a long forgotten memory, but the sensual fumes soon gave way to a rush of adrenaline. I knew exactly what the scent reminded me of, and that scared me more than not knowing. I looked down at my hands, shaking, the nightmares, the headaches. No, I was better now, reformed. The fuck? I had to focus, not jumping to conclusions, follow the evidence. Investigate the scene. I don't see nothing there. What is here? Red Phoenix cigarettes, same shitty brand I smoke every day. Everyone's got their vice. Okay, what about this? There, just there, the smallest piece of purple fabric, torn and cut in the splinter of a board. The police report didn't say anything about Mrs. Amato wearing purple. and it was certainly of quality that you wouldn't expect down here. Don't see too many high society types around flaunting royal purple drafts. I pulled out my own pack of reds and lit it up. I could already feel another headache coming on, but looking out over the waves seemed to help me forget. The cold helped me push down the comfortable thoughts that had been bubbling to the top of my brain. Next chapter. I honestly don't remember the walk back to the office. Apparently I spent the night in my easy chair. The air from the dust lingered on my clothes. It was still dark out. No, I checked the clock. How long had I been out? Had I really slept through the entire next day? A newspaper was sitting on the door. As I stood to fetch it, I nearly fell over. A wave of nausea hit me like a ton of bricks. I steadied myself and regained my composure. Before I even picked up the paper, I got ready to read the headline. What does it say, man? What does it say? Breaking, major missing, wife found dead. Damn, man. 2 cases is a coincidence, 3 is a pattern. The cops will come asking questions soon. They knew I had a history of antagonizing all the victims. Oh my god, am I the killer? Well, that's a plot twist. I stumbled to my desk and slammed back 3 days worth of inhibitor pills. I couldn't take any chances. I had to investigate the scene to be sure. I threw off my jacket and went to the door. Lil caught me off guard on the other side. Jack, where are you off to? I've been trying to reach you all day. I'm sorry, Lily, but I don't have time to talk. I have to go. Okay, but we need to talk when you get back. Stay safe. She gave me a soft kiss on the cheek as I rushed off. Part of me wanted to stay and tell her it will be okay. But it will be a lie. Next chapter. I think this is it. The alley was located just behind the high-rise apartments where Major Binetti and his wife lived. I could tell the police were spooked now. The crime scene was even sloppier than the last. They hadn't even bothered to submit the trash into evidence. Investigate the scene. Can we inspect the trash? Why wouldn't they at least look through the dumpster? It seemed untouched. No one wants to do the dirty work. But I know how to find the good stuff. It really doesn't take that long if you know what to look for. Like with bags usually means someone was dumping documents. If you were lucky, they didn't bother to shred them. Jackpot shell companies, shady stock trades, bribes. I knew Major Binetti was crook, but this was unbelievable. After there was more, letters between Major Binetti and Chief Amato, talking about me. How they were trying to get me to shut down. They didn't like me snooping around crime scenes all the time. Well, they weren't here to stop me snooping around this one. What else? The car? What's in the car? Oh my god. Okay. Binetti's car. If he's still alive, why wouldn't I have left in this car? It didn't make any sense. I honestly wasn't too motivated to find him, but the stakes were too high, and my bed was edging towards the unthinkable. And as I searched around for anything that might assuage my fears, I got the scent again. It overwhelmed my other senses without unadulterating pleasure. It was intoxicating. A weapon used on the weak will, a weapon I knew all too well, though it had been many years since I had used it. Was there another like me? Was I being framed? It wasn't possible, was it? I was taking my inhibitors, I was reformed. But the nightmares, the headaches, the memory lapses. I couldn't even trust myself. I started walking back out the alley when something shiny caught my eye. A watch. Not just any watch though. My watch. Oh, you're getting those chills? How long had my wrist been bare? Surely I just dropped it when I first came down the alley. I checked the time just before I left the office, hadn't I? Or had I used the wall clock? I couldn't be sure. I couldn't be sure of anything. So I ran. Next chapter. I don't know why I ran back to the office. The cops would probably show up any minute to knock the door down and cart me away. They would put it together before long. Maybe it would be best for everyone if I simply faced my own reflection. But Lily was still there waiting for me. Jack, what's wrong? You look like you have seen a ghost. My own ghost. Come back to haunt me from the past. You're not making any sense, Jack. Come sit down. You don't understand. You're not safe around me. I'm a fucking rapist, and a murderer. I took a good last look at her as I prepared to shove her out the door. I noticed she was wearing the exact same thing she had when she first came to my office 3 days ago. Beautiful purple dress. All that I hadn't really noticed before, but it made her seem out of place, out of time. And it was frayed around the edges, torn in places. My chair caught my fall as my knees failed me. It was you! You're the monster, succubus! Oh, Jack. We are one and the same. You and I, we're both monsters. I'm simply more honest with myself. There's no such thing as reformation. Those pills you take only make you dull. Beasts like us should never suppress our true natures. As you have incubus. What the fuck are those words? Those men were probably dead too now. I figure she probably took them to her lair and has harvested their seeds. So you done all this just to wake me up? You could say that, though it seemed enough just to have you doubt yourself. You believe you were still capable of such horrors, which means deep down you probably are. You can't escape it. Now I need you to complete the deed. You took my watch. Mess with my head. Oh, don't act like I didn't do you a favor. Those men hated you and wanted you gone. And now they're gone. Damn, Lily. I mustered the strength to stand again, moving casually to the window by the corner. She was right about one thing. I was dull, weak compared to her. If I refused her and she attacked me, I was a dead man. I had to keep her talking. I never met a succubus who seduces and kills women. Oh please, such a 14th century stereotype. I don't discriminate when it comes to pleasures of the flesh. But I do still need an incubus like yourself to take the tainted seed. I harvest from those awful men and plant it among the fertile mazes for me. What the fuck does all is meaning? What? That doesn't make any sense. I'm tired of draining my lovers just to survive. I'm ready to settle down and start a family. Ha 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 ha. That maniacal laughter. I positioned myself carefully, making sure she was looking my direction. Sorry, but I'm not your guy. With a quick flick of my wrist, I whipped the old bedsheet out of the corner mirror. Lily was blinded by her own reflection and sucked into the mirror with a painful monstrous scream. Trapped. Shielding my own eyes, I pulled a revolver from my desk side drawer, aimed it at the mirror, and fire. Okay. Okay. Not exactly what I was expecting. I said in the beginning that it was like we all have demons inside us, which it was kinda the thing, but it had a more fantastic approach to it. But I still like it. I like that. I like those 1950s kind of vibes. If you ever play LA Noire, you know what I'm talking about. So, just a quick summarize. What do we learn here? Do not fuck strange women on public sites or you will die. Easy enough, right? So, I guess I will see you next time. Bye.